start recording.
Okay, it is now recording.
And then that'll capture, it'll be saved in there. And if for some reason the one on Facebook is like hitchy or goes in and out,
Okay.
it'll be saved there in a pure format.
Okay, cool. Well, we did it. Cool. We just can't see it, but that's fine. Who cares, right? I'll keep it pulled up on here because that way I can like see how it looks and all that.
Groovy.
All right, cool. But we are live right now on Facebook.
Yeah.
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 So
yeah.
I need to start the actual thing. Whoops.
Sure.
Oh shit.
Just ask my dad if he's ready.
Wait, what?
I might be the one.
Oh, you guys are one. I'm not gonna tell.
I got rid of that beard. I gotta get it back.
Do you think the beard makes you look older or younger?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. I think I like you without the beard.
Booch and my mother say it makes me look much older. Colleen likes me with it.
I like you without it.
So.
I guess I like you with it too, but like it was just. You need a change.
Yeah. I need to drop a ton.
No, you're fine.
No, I do.
Okay, is this actually? Because this is like super low on here. I don't know why. Because these are like all the way up.
Well, no, it's usually pretty low. Low is good. If it peaks out,
it's fine.
we're in trouble.
Okay. No, I know, but like it's like just like a tiny bit.
Because like about 3 weeks ago, it was overmodulating.
It's fine now.
We had an overmodulated
Whoops,
show.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. Just you know.
All right, I'm gonna start. I hope you guys are ready.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I'm totally ready.
No, you're not. Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, you can go.
May I?
Yes.
Hey, there's the music. That means it's time for Animal Talk. Some of the best doggone pet people on the planet helping you with your pets. Like this guy sitting across from me.
It's time for my nap.
Brian Donovan, he is an animal behaviorist and pet trainer.
And the guy across from me,
I'm
Jamie, the Irishman Flanagan.
Have a drink and a beer and everything's fine again?
Yeah.
Remember, that's a throwback.
Yes, it is.
That's
You guys are old.
Yeah, we are. So, and Samantha's in hot water. We haven't even started. We're not even 5 minutes into things, and she got herself in trouble.
Oh, which reminds me, you know what time it is? It's time for you to shut the hell up, son.
We were talking about ages and retirement, and looking forward and looking ahead. And Brian and I disclosed our ages, we're about a couple of months apart, a handful of months.
Oh, you're not going to tell them actually how old you are.
I'm 52. He's 53 at present. I'll be 53 before the year's out. And Sam's like, oh my gosh. She goes, I did not think you guys were anywhere near the same age.
Yeah. So what do we do
now? And apparently there are no follow-up questions.
No.
So we can't find out who looks old, like the old fart, and who looks. So my dad over here,
or the other way around.
or
we don't know.
we don't know.
You don't know.
We don't know.
You will never know.
I got rid of that goatee, and people said the goatee made me look a lot older.
Well, same for me. The beard makes me look older, but
wiser.
The thing is, I grew it a few years ago, and then I shaved it.
Yeah.
And people at work said, grow it back. But it makes me look older. Grow it back.
Yeah. We can see less of your face that
yeah,
way.
Exactly.
You should probably,
yeah.
Just less is more.
Less is more.
Less is more.
Yeah.
Just cover that up a little bit. As it goes there, it comes in down. It's a balance act.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm in the same location. It's not
cool.
Growing
actually
old is a train wreck.
Yeah. I mean, for being in our mid-50s, right? We've been mid-50s.
We're still relatively
Not
immature.
mid.
So we're still
like early 50s.
Early
Isn't
50s.
it mid-50s, like 55, 56?
So in our early 50s, we still have a fair amount of hair compared to other men our age.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's mostly on my back, but yeah.
Me and my ears. It's.
So a priest, a rabbi, and a minister.
Aren't they all the same thing?
Shut up.
No.
Decide to see who's best at his job.
Okay.
So they each go in the woods, find a bear, and attempt to convert it.
Okay.
Later they get together. The priest begins, when I found the bear, I read to him from the catechism and sprinkled him with holy water. Next week is his first communion. I found a bear by the stream, says the minister, and preached God's holy word. The bear was so mesmerized that he let me baptize him.
Oh.
They both look down at the rabbi, who's wrapped in a body cast. Looking back, says the rabbi, maybe I shouldn't have started with the circumcision.
I was too busy chewing.
Yeah, just circumcision.
The punchline
That
is
was-
circumcision.
Yeah.
I'm being really honest. I actually don't. I know what it means, but
Oh my
like,
God.
but
Don't
No.
Google it.
No, we're not gonna
but like,
explain
I
it.
didn't understand like which is which.
What do you mean? Which is which?
Like not and then
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
circumcised or not circumcised?
Yeah.
Don't Google that either.
Okay. Well, I'll just like Wikipedia because they got like the, I'll do it really. I just
Okay.
don't know. I've never asked. Anyway, I don't know.
You have no filter. No. That thing inside your head that says, I should probably know this, and maybe I'll Google it
should.
after the show,
Yeah.
just doesn't exist
Should
for
I
Sam.
say it aloud? Should I wait for later?
Mhm.
No.
Yeah, but that's why we love you, Sam.
Sam Nork is pretty awesome. Sam has got Sam's Excellent Adventure on the horizon.
Oh yeah.
Going to the Cannes Film Festival. Hopefully,
Yeah.
you're trying to do
In
that.
May. Yeah, I already paid.
You got a GoFundMe
Not
set
paid
up.
all of it, but I paid a portion of it.
Oh man,
already.
I forgot to donate to your
You don't have.
GoFundMe.
It's
So you
okay,
go-
don't have
It's
to.
the Alzheimer's.
So you got to.
It's that dementia.
I'll just send it to you to
The
remind
dementia's
you.
kicking in. So
Yeah.
Sam has she's got a GoFundMe set up. So you go to just GoFundMe and
You just can type in my
search
name.
Samantha. Sam or
It's Sam. It's under Sam.
Sam Nork,
Yep,
Nork,
N-O-R-K.
and help the young lady out. Send her
GoFundMe.
to
Yeah, go fund me.
Go-
send her,
go
send
fund
her for
yourself.
a
Yeah, go
summer
fund my.
internship that she's got to pay for. But it seems like a pretty excellent
Yeah,
opportunity.
it's
so
not fake. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people thought it was like fake or something.
You know what? It's all what you make it. You're gonna
Sure.
go.
Yeah.
You're gonna go somewhere very cool, someplace that you've always wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you make it what it's going to be. If you're if you have a bad attitude, it'll probably be a bad trip.
Yeah.
If you have a
but
good
if
attitude,
you have a good attitude,
yep.
it's gonna
You
be
and Chris
lit.
Pratt.
Oh, I wish.
Oh, wouldn't
I
that be great?
wish. No, the Avengers does come out like that month, so I don't know. Last year, like some people
Ooh.
from the Avengers were there.
Is that
so maybe or this
Captain Marvel or the Avengers?
Avengers comes out in May of next year.
What?
Captain
what?
Marvel comes out in March.
See, she knows her stuff.
So, hypothetical situation.
Yeah.
You're at Cannes, and Chris, you spill your purse or whatever girls do now to get attention,
Right.
and
Spill my purse.
break a heel.
and
Oh, yeah.
Chris Pratt helps you. He's right there. He helps you, and he says, "Sam Nork, will you marry me?" What do you tell your boyfriend? Go.
Oh God. Why can't I have both?
She's a progressive girl.
Wow.
She's mod.
Because
Oh,
you
man.
can't. So now what do you say?
I
Go.
can't. I don't know. I just be like, hey, maybe we can be friends. I don't know.
Really? You like your
Yeah.
boyfriend that much?
Yeah, I do.
That's very sweet.
Yeah, I like Chris Pratt a lot too, but I don't know. Maybe he's like, I don't know. He's very country, and I don't know if I'm about that life.
You've actually considered it, haven't you? It's like, what if Chris Pratt helps me pick up the contents of my purse? What do I tell him if he comes on to me?
Oh.
I have thought about this.
So is that your hall pass? Is that your is that the thing? What is it? No, it's not a hall pass.
No,
it's
It's
your list. Your
yeah. What they
list.
call that? What do they call
Some
that?
kind of list.
Yeah.
a hall pass?
No.
No,
No, it's
the
your list.
person that your significant other would allow you to your one pass.
Oh.
Yeah, it's on your list.
No,
It's
I
what
have
list?
like 6 of those.
You have 6 of them.
Well, she's got a list.
You do have a list.
Yeah, but they're all famous people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we meet famous people all the time.
Yeah. I
You
don't
met
know.
me.
You're not famous. No, it's okay. You kind of are.
No, not even close.
You know who's on my list? No
Shania
one.
Twain.
No one but my fiance,
Aww.
Peanut.
You call her Peanut?
I do. It just stuck. I said it
sweet.
one day, and I
Uh-huh.
just have to call her Peanut.
Aw.
She's scrumptious.
I call my boyfriend Bean.
Bean.
Yeah.
I call my daughter Bean.
That's so cool. I just love it. Beans are just so cute. Sweet Bean.
Aw. You guys are all just so cute.
What do you call Colleen?
Nothing. She's like,
Where my dinner, bitch?
she's like, just don't call me that. Actually, I was thinking about that last night because it's been 9 years.
9 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
August, it was 9 years. So it's like 11 since we've been dating and hanging out. And I was thinking about. I think I was saying goodbye to the cat, and I was like, and she kind of looked at me like, why are you saying that? And then she realized I was talking to the cat.
Oh.
And I go, I'll see you later, sweet face, and whatever, And then she looked, and she's like, oh, he's talking to the cat. Because she was going to say, don't call me that, But she's like, oh, he's talking to the cat. Okay, whatever. And I'm like, all right, bye, honey. And I was thinking about that as I got in the car, and I was trying to think of, I can't remember what it was, but there was some cute name I called her when we first were dating.
Wait
we weren't
a minute,
even married
and you forgot the name? You forgot the pet name?
Wow.
Because she was like, don't ever call me that again. And
Oh,
I'm
wait,
like,
you
oh,
called
know
her
what?
that once?
Okay.
Colleen strikes me as someone who's not into the mushy stuff.
Yeah,
It's
oh,
kinda
yeah.
like,
No, but here's the thing, right? She's like, she seems like that, but with me, she's a kitten.
really?
Yeah.
Then why did she tell
She
you
seems
stop
like
telling
she seems
calling
like a tough
me that?
lady.
Well, it's okay, not all the time a kitten.
Colleen scares me.
But she has kittens.
Quite
Oh, yeah,
frankly.
she scares me too. That's
I
why
don't
I'm
know
so
if she scares me or
That's
not.
why I'm so glad that she doesn't ever listen. There's my hall pass. She doesn't listen. Oh man, are you changing that up here
Yeah.
and there? Cool.
I'm not doing it to the third one though because that's
To the
just-
beat, just to
Yeah.
you. There's Sam. Yeah.
So we're
So
broadcasting
no.
from Detroit Shipping Company.
Yeah.
And Detroit,
Podcast Detroit Studios.
it's a collection of shipping containers that are
Yes.
configured in a really cool. They have like an open air yard with a stage and games and
Yeah.
And
bars.
now they're charging $10 for valet parking.
Yeah.
And it's not 10, is it?
Yeah,
It's
now
10.
it's
because of the
10.
game. Because
Yeah.
of the game.
Yeah.
But and then they have food vendors. So
Right.
Sam, how is the pad Thai roll?
Oh, I am eating it
Ooh.
right now. It is actually still spicy, even though you said it wasn't.
No, I got it mild. That's mild. That's
Oh,
mild.
really?
Yeah.
I got it medium last week, and it was a little hotter than when I get medium at my favorite Thai places. Like
Yeah,
up in
there's-
Ferndale.
There's still a little thing in there, a little
it's a-
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's still good though.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Because Brian was like, I'm hungry. I get some food. What's good? And I said, well, I've only ever had the pad Thai roll. The other stuff looks good. And then Dave from Podcast Detroit and IT and the D was down there, and I was like, hey, Dave, what's good? I figured you'd come up with something different. He's like, oh, my God, you got to have the pad Thai roll. And we're like,
Oh,
oh.
yeah.
It's like the thing to
It's
get.
the
Yeah.
thing to get here. Yeah.
And I was
So-
very satisfied with
Yes.
it. That was really good.
Yeah. That
I'm
was,
currently eating the remains.
But hey, this is a pet show.
It is a pet show.
I almost forgot about that.
Well, you mentioned your cat, saying goodbye to your cat.
I did.
And which kind of begs the question, for pet owners out there, are you more affectionate with your pet than you are your significant other? I'll bet you that's not that unusual, Jamie.
Yeah.
I'll bet you it's not that
I
unusual.
think mine's the same.
He puts up with pet names more than she does.
And what is it about pets that allows us to let our guard down and be vulnerable like that?
We had Mort Krim on the show a bunch of years ago, and he had written that book, How to Be as Terrific as My Dog Thinks I Am.
What a great name for a book. Seriously, that was when he came out with it. I thought, man, there's somebody who just really loves his dog.
Yeah. So, because it's just that unconditional, love and trust, and so it's you get all mushy with them, like it or not.
Yeah.
But
Not only that, I mean, you can fart in front of them, and you don't even have to explain yourself.
no judgment zone. Yeah.
My dogs fart in front of me all the time.
And then you can blame it on the dog.
Yeah. Say it was you. It was you.
So, but yeah, we have some questions. We can help people with their pets. Animal Talk. It's America's Pet Show, helping people with their pets. Eventually, we get around to it.
Yeah, eventually.
I like chit chatting with Sam. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Sam is from a different place.
Yeah.
You're not a millennial. You're a millennial, right?
Yeah, I am.
You
Are
are.
you?
Yes,
Are
you
you
are.
counted
Is
in
it
that group?
millennial like 80? What's the cutoff?
Yeah, I don't
When
know.
did it start?
I don't know.
I don't know. How old are you?
I'm about to be 20. I was born in 1998.
Yeah, you're a millennial. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing?
No,
I think it is.
I don't. I don't. But she doesn't. She doesn't fit the stereotype.
No.
Because she doesn't. She's not a whiner. She's not a complainer. She doesn't.
She's not filled with all
she's
these
not a
petty grievances,
entitlement. She's
microaggressions.
Yeah. Not easily offended.
Yeah.
Oh,
She thinks we're gross. Oh, you guys are gross. I want to go back through the shows and
guys
like
are
get
gross.
and clip out every time Sam says, "You guys are gross,"
or "You guys are old."
But
You're
I mean,
sick.
yeah, but you still like talking to us. But most people your age wouldn't even give
Oh,
us the time
really?
of day. Yeah,
Mm,
I don't
mhm.
know. Yeah, I mean, no.
It's fun. They don't know what they're missing.
It's
I don't
fun
even
know.
poking sticks at old people.
Yeah. I don't even know how I got here. I just woke up one day and here I am.
Here she is.
Wow, that's weird to think
Yeah.
about. I don't know how I got here. Like, whoa.
I don't know how I got here.
But there's no going back.
Yeah, there's no going back. I'm stuck here forever.
You are our adopted child, Sam.
Cool.
Oh, yay! But no, we got some stuff we can help people with their pets. That's kind of the concept here.
Well,
It's
let's do it.
It's kind of
You
fun.
can do it.
I know. All right, so here's a little like this. Dear Animal Talk.
There's a letter in your mailbox.
And then we got these questions here. When anyone comes to my door, my dog starts barking and runs away when I try to remove her from the room. It's very embarrassing for our guests. So a dog very barky when guests arrive. What can she do? It's like crazy barking. Though.
Yeah. Well, it's believed that the reason why humans and dogs became so close was because dogs are very good at alerting the family that there's a stranger.
It's kind of almost their job.
It's kind of their job, right?
Yeah.
So dogs will bark because that's just their way of saying, hey, this is a highly irregular situation here. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? That's what they're saying when they bark.
Yeah.
So what you have to do is change what that whole interaction means to the dog. For instance, the dog could be scared, could be excited, could be any number of things. But if you associate that somebody coming to the door with maybe a treat or maybe his favorite toy, so go get your toy every time somebody comes to the door. Instead of barking at the person, the dog will go retrieve his toy or go get his treat. So it's called teaching an incompatible behavior because he can't bark at somebody and go chase his toy at the same time. So he's got to pick one or the other. So he'll pick whichever one's most exciting, which is usually the toy or a treat or something like that. So you can change it, but don't be too rough on the dog because again, dog's been doing that for thousands of years, letting the owners know that there's somebody new around the campfire, right? So just kind of appreciate the fact that the dog knows the difference between who belongs in the house and who doesn't, and you just gotta ease them into it. Rather than
Yeah, I thought all dogs barked when not all, but most.
a lot of them do.
Yeah,
a lot of them do.
It's the job. It's the gig.
Yeah.
So, but if you give them another task, and they'll be on that task.
Yep.
Toys are fun. I think I have a question about a toy coming up later. There's a question here about fences in yards. Right. So this person says, I want to keep my dog confined to my yard, but I don't like the idea of an invisible fence. I think the shocks are cruel. I don't like the look of a regular fence. How could I keep my dog in the yard without a physical barrier? Is there what would you suggest?
Well, you're going to have to do something to discourage the dog from going outside the boundary.
Yeah.
Right?
You want to keep him safe.
Yeah. So you might not like the idea of the invisible fence because it does, it has that electric stimulation, the shock, and but again, what is that shock teaching
What's
the dog?
invisible fence?
You're not familiar with this, Sam?
No.
Oh,
Invisible fence is a wire that runs under the perimeter of the yard,
Oh.
and the dog wears a collar
when it
that
gets
that is activated by that wire. So when it gets in close proximity to that wire, then
it'll shock.
it sends a signal to the collar to shock the dog.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Right.
It doesn't hurt that. You know what? I'm going to bring in a shock collar, and we're going to use it on Sam.
Oh, cool.
Wait.
Yeah.
Does it hurt? Because I actually wanted to try one before.
The one I have has 15 levels of stimulation.
we do
So I've been
level
watching the 100, and
Oh
they
my
have
god.
the shock.
Are you a teenage girl?
pretty much?
No, but let me tell you something about this electric shock.
Yeah.
I've had this collar for a long time. So, of course, people start drinking, you have a party, you start shocking each other with it, right? And you know what? By doing this, you can see that different people have very different levels of pain thresholds.
Yeah,
Oh, mine's
yeah.
I'm gonna hurt with level 1.
You know what?
Yeah.
And usually women can take way more
Yeah.
pain than
Not
a,
not this one.
Yeah.
because I'll turn it up to like maybe 7, And if you shock me with that, I drop the
Can
thing.
we
right?
actually try? Because I've always wanted to.
Oh, for sure.
A friend of ours.
Okay.
You could set it at 15, and she giggles. It's like how does this not?
Okay,
hurt you?
because like, does it
So
actually
does she,
shock
like, calloused
you, or is
hands?
it a...
Maybe
What
is
it-
she like a coal miner, a bare hand coal miner
I
or
don't
something?
know.
What's her?
Yeah, you've never been shocked by an electrical socket or anything?
No,
No?
I was by one of those you know where you it's like a fly swatter but it's electric.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I got one of those, but
It's something like that.
barely.
Yeah. And so what it does, it's a very odd sensation, and it doesn't. There's no permanent. Electric shock is a very odd sort of pain because it goes away very quickly. There's no residual. It's just and that's why it makes such a good correction for a dog. So answering the question with the dog, it's important to teach a dog that the incentive for him to stay in the yard is what, Jamie? If he leaves the yard, what happens?
It hurts.
It's dangerous,
Yeah, it's
right? He can
dangerous.
get hit by a car.
Yeah.
You could lose him. Anything could
Sure.
happen. So that's what the electric shock does. It teaches the dog that it's dangerous to stray away.
Well, the people that sell those fences, it's an extensive training process
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
dog because you walk the dog close to the barrier,
right?
and then you walk the dog up to the barrier till they get zapped, really.
And then you both run back
and
into
then-
the yard.
And you go, oh my gosh, oh, good girl.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, don't go over there again, you know. And so the dog is a training process.
Yeah.
And so those fences, generally, the dogs don't shock themselves because they know where to and not to go.
Absolutely.
After that initial training
They learn real
process.
quickly, and it's a natural thing for a dog
Freaks
to
me
learn
out.
to stay near the home. It's
The invisible fences freak me out. It's in
when
my
a dog
neigh-
comes running up to you and then
Oh
they
my
stop.
God! Yeah, my neighborhood, because you're not allowed. I guess you're not allowed to have fences. I don't know because no one has a fence. Everybody has the invisible fence, and inevitably
God.
dogs are like charging up, and I'm like, oh crap, here it goes. You know, when we had Zoe and we would walk, our dog, and but then they would stop. You know, sure enough, but there wasn't a single one. The only incident we ever had was somebody who had their dog off leash and didn't have an invisible fence, and that's came to puppy fisticuffs in the street. That was not cool, but yeah, it's amazing. It always freaks me out though.
Yeah.
But what would be a different? Because again, some people don't want to go through that training process
Yeah.
and feel that might be cruel. What's another? I've seen a couple of tie-outs, right? Like one that kind of works like almost if you have a clothesline and it kind of hangs on the clothesline and
Yeah.
the dog can run back and forth and have a free run.
Which is different than teaching the dog. That doesn't really teach the dog anything. It just
Right.
keps him within the yard.
Right.
It's almost like a clothesline, and the dog
Or
runs
they
along
have
this trolley.
the
like a-
stake down
yeah.
ones that
Yep.
they have what ends up
Yeah.
being a big circle.
But you got to
that
keep
they
an eye
can-
on the dog because
Oh.
those can be very dangerous.
Yeah.
Dog
They
get
get hung
twisted
up.
around things.
Oh,
and end up hanging themselves.
Yeah.
So got to be very careful. Whenever a dog's on a tie out,
Mhm.
you should be supervising the dog.
Yeah.
So those are options. Yeah, those are good
Yeah.
options. But they require close supervision.
So if your neighborhood doesn't allow a fence, I have another friend who has a fenced-in run. So the whole yard isn't fenced, but there's just a small run that the dog
Yeah.
is in, which is actually kind of convenient too because you know where the poop's going to be.
Yeah. You can turn the dog out in their yard. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like when you go pooper scooping, it's like, okay, I know it's going to be in there. That's the area. That's another reason. It's like, I Colleen's like, should we get another dog? I'm like, I don't want to pick up dog poop.
Yeah.
I mean, I love having a dog. They're great. They're fun. And, the camaraderie is unbelievable. But I just don't like picking up dog poop.
But Jamie, you have options. I mean, you can get a little dog and litter train it. You still have to
Yeah.
scoop it out of the box, but it's just like the cat.
Yeah. Litter train a dog. That's not a dog. If a dog is small enough and
Yeah.
you can litter train it, it's not a dog.
Yeah.
I don't know. There should be another classification for it. A toy canine. I don't know, something. That's not a dog.
Yeah.
So
I hear you.
any other? That's about it though. A tie out.
Yeah,
a
that's-
run.
You're pretty limited, really. Yeah. Yeah.
Or an electronic fence.
So
I
the
don't- I
electronic
can't really
fences,
think
I'm a
of-
fan of it. I don't think it's cruel. I think if you train the dog properly, like you indicated earlier, they all come with very good instructions,
Yeah.
and you
A
follow.
lot of times hands-on, person-to-person training.
Yeah, you follow the instructions, and then you're fine. Right, Sam?
Are you?
Yeah. No, I was just going through. I was trying to, promote this and everything, and I saw in my Facebook notifications this random person mentioned me in a comment. So I was like, "Oh, who is this?" So I clicked on it, and then it put some bot or something tagged me in a video that says the best sexy girls dancing, and I'm like, "Oh God!" And I clicked right off of it.
I guess she's gonna find out what on or not is. She's gonna find out in a quick minute there.
Oh God! How do I get it off? How do I delete my?
If you know what I mean.
Oh my God!
What?
Jamie, you're
Stop.
gross.
Yeah,
You're
I know.
gross.
You're so gross.
All right, I'm just gonna report it, and maybe it'll take me off.
Well, don't delete it till we see the sexy girls dancing.
I'll mention you in it. You want me to?
No, no, please don't.
No, no, I'm just kidding.
So yeah.
Oh, you can't block.
So,
you can't report
No,
it.
yeah.
You can't report it.
Nothing like a little Weird Al, right? That leads into our next question there. Asking about, I have a 3-year-old Shih Tzu. I have a 3-year-old Shih Tzu that will only eat when she is hand fed. What can I do? 3 years old.
Jeez.
You've been hand
Are
feeding
you
this dog
serious?
for 3 years. How can I change this
How
behavior?
How does he or she know that the dog won't eat? if
I'm
you don't
gonna
have to-
guess. Here's me, not the dog trainer, going way out on a limb. I'm thinking if you put the food in the bowl on the ground and the dog gets hungry, it's going to eat.
Yeah.
That's my take.
Yeah.
Am I
and,
right?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if he doesn't eat, you know what you do? Pick it up.
Uh-oh. Hey, Dad, what are you doing?
Misses a meal.
Wait a second.
Next time he won't miss the meal.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
You
will.
think? How
he
many
won't-
times do you think it'll take?
Once.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So,
Don't. 3 years old. Are you kidding me? Stop it.
but Shih Tzus, I mean, that's a little lap dog, right?
Yeah.
That's a little purse puppy,
yeah.
and,
Yeah. But I mean, there's no excuse for that.
right?
There's no excuse for that.
This person probably goes
Is she
on
thinks-
job interviews with her 32-year-old son.
Do you think she's baby birding it, chewing it up a little bit? And then
Probably. Probably, yeah.
What?
baby birding it,
Oh, like,
chewing it up, and
yeah.
then feeding it to him. a little
oh
bit.
yeah.
Let me
I do
pre-chew
that
that.
to my dog sometimes.
Let me pre-chew that a little bit.
You don't
for
do
you.
that, do you?
Yeah.
You spit food in the dog's mouth.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
You're so gross,
No,
Sam.
no.
Oh God!
No, I don't do that. We do share food though. Like if I get yogurt, like we share it.
You let the dog eat off the spoon?
Yes. And then I put
That's
it back
sick.
in my mouth. Yes.
That's not good.
Why?
Because
Why is
it's
that not good? I thought they had cleaner mouths than us.
Oh, that's
No,
that's
they lick their butt.
Urban tale.
They lick
That's
their
an-
butt, Sam.
It's okay. I mean, we won't brush their teeth. Like
Wait. It's okay if your dog licks his butt, then eats off of your yogurt spoon.
I've had my dog lick his butt
Well,
and then
there's
put his
cultures.
tongue like
That's
in
good.
my
There's
mouth.
good bacteria and there's bad bacteria. Do you know nothing, Brian?
Ugh.
You
Sam,
won't kiss your dog? I kiss my dog.
wait, you just said something that just
Let your dog kiss your cheek, and then French kissing them are two different things.
you just said I
Well, because
sometimes he licks his butt and then kisses me.
Sometimes my dogs are very like they'll like lick you, and then sometimes I have my mouth open near them, and they'll just like and I'm like, oh
Thanks, puppy.
yeah.
Dogs are actually pretty good at that, like
Yeah.
waiting for you to like open your mouth a little
Yeah.
bit, then they
Yeah,
lick
they're
your
waiting.
lips.
Yeah. Yeah. See.
Oh,
Gross.
Yeah.
No.
Nuh-uh, they're cute.
Yeah.
All dogs are cute.
That's
Yeah.
kinda- that's gross.
It's not gross.
Little
You
bit.
guys are gross.
So I had Kirby, my cat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Had him for 18 years or so,
Mm-hmm.
and you met Kirby, and apples. Loved apples. Was goofy.
Eating apples? Like would he eat
Like,
apples?
would you cut
Yeah.
up apples for him?
So if I had an apple and I was eating it, he would be up in my business like nobody. And I would with my thumbnail pull off a little kibble-sized piece of apple,
Yeah.
and he's like, right? But he would want to lick the apple as I was eating it, and I'm like, no, dude, that's a little gross. I've seen you lick your bunghole.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't let him. That's
So I was like, I would let him eat the other side of it. I'm like, all right, I'm done with that side. You can eat that. Or when I got down, I would go down to the core and I would like just hold the core and let him lick it.
Yeah.
And it would like get dry. He would lick, and it would like he would like lick all the juice out of the core, and I'd turn it a little bit, and he'd lick, and then, and then I'd like break little pieces off with my thumbnail, and he would chow it. He would chow it. That's weird. I thought that was apples though.
Apples.
A cat liking apples.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
I don't know how he got into that habit, but I would just because I like apples. I'll eat apples right instead of.
You like apples?
Yeah, I do.
I never got you an apple.
No.
How do you like these apples?
And I'm a teacher,
like
and she
apples?
never. I was her teacher for like 8 years.
No, I'm like 2.
Okay, 2. Felt like 8. And
you never brought him an apple?
she never brought me. She brought me soup once.
Oh God, you don't remember it. You
and
don't
I don't.
remember.
I don't eat soup.
Yes, he does.
And
You brought him soup?
Yes, because
And
he
then-
was
and then
sick,
she
and
was
it was
like-
a very awkward moment. And then I was like,
She's
"Oh
like,
God."
I brought you soup, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah, that's exactly
I
what
don't-
you did.
I don't eat soup.
And then I was like, "Okay, bye." And then I like didn't talk to you for like 2 days.
Why didn't you say thank you? Like, that's a nice gesture.
He was very confused.
I'm socially
because,
awkward.
because somebody
think
was giving him
That's
soup.
where she learned it. I'm her teacher. I taught her how to be socially awkward. I'm very socially.
What,
awkward.
what was so odd about? I mean, was it in a shoe?
I don't have. Kids aren't normally nice to me.
No, he just
So
thought
I
it was
was,
weird.
like-
He
What do
was
you
like,
want
Right.
from me, kid?
That's
No,
it.
I hope you didn't think it was weird, because then I regretted it, and I like went to the bathroom and cried, like legit.
You
No,
didn't cry.
No, I didn't cry. I was like, oh God, because like I don't.
He hates me now. She
Yeah.
thinks all adults hate her. I'm like,
Mhm.
Samantha,
I was like, he hates me now.
you're an adult, and other adults like you. And
I was
think
I
you're
was
fun
an
and
adult at the time.
Oh,
I guess I was.
well,
I don't
all
know.
adults don't hate. She would say that.
I would say all adults.
I'm going
all
to-
adults love Sam.
I'm going to so and so's class, but I can't go. She hates me. I'm like that. No one hates you. There's no one hates
That's
you.
why
'cause
I
she's
just.
she's like proactive and does her work and participates and cares about stuff. And it's like, oh my God, it's like I want 30 of you in every one of my classes.
Could
it's
you
like
imagine?
the worst.
they'd be all laughing at my jokes. It'd be great.
All at once.
I'd do a second show. They're laughing that hard.
The worst thing I can imagine anyone feeling towards you is mild annoyance, but nobody hates you.
That's still.
That's the
little-
most left-handed compliment
Ouch,
ever.
yeah. that was-
Yeah, I'm like, it's
No.
okay. I understand. I mean,
That was-
I don't know. I spent all my time in his classroom. Literally, I wouldn't go anywhere
No,
else.
nobody hates you. Where would you ever get that notion?
I don't know. I just always assume.
No, you're fun.
She's
You're a lot of
crazy.
fun.
It's crazy.
I don't know. It's if you assume the worst and it's actually better. Like, wow. Like, you're just amazed. Like, whoa. Like that feels so much.
Everything
better.
is a step up from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you. That's a weird example. I'm not gonna say that.
What? What's your?
I was
example?
gonna say if you think you're pregnant and then you're not pregnant. Like, wow. I don't know.
Okay. Anything you want to share with the group, Sam?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, it's not that. That was just
I
the
think
example
that's
I
come
came
up like
with.
twice in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
No, because
I
everybody
said something to you last
because of my trip, and you're like, oh, you have some good news, and I'm like, no, I don't, and you're like, yep, you're.
Yeah.
Twice, 2 weeks. I think we just jinxed.
Yeah. Don't.
Jinx, you got to go home and do voodoo and.
Yeah, I do. I do witchcraft. What are we
all right.
talking about?
I have no idea.
God,
really.
this is just the talk podcast.
It is. Well, that's what
This
it is.
show is just kind of like driving along the shoulder of the road,
Yeah.
hitting like old mufflers and
and a nail.
a nail.
An occasional
a nail.
skunk
It hits a
carcass.
nail from time to time.
Yeah.
All right. So, are you ready to Google something, Sam?
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Get to-
Circumcised or no?
No.
Holy crap!
Okay, I'm sorry.
You've been hanging out with us
I
too
thought
much.
it was funny. Okay.
It was.
Okay.
All right.
What?
All right. So, bizarre question here. What do you call this animal? Is it a cougar? Is it a puma? Is it a mountain lion? Is
A
it
panther.
a panther? What do you call the plain brown wild cat that lives in the mountains in North
A mountain
or
lion?
South America?
That's all the above. It's a cougar, mountain lion.
North South America, the plain brown wild cat that lives in.
It's called plain brown wild cat.
What is a plain brown? It's a plain brown wild cat that lives in North and South
I
America.
don't think that's it.
That's a cougar, right?
It's a cougar.
Yeah.
All right.
Cougar, mountain lion. It's the same thing.
Are they the same thing?
Yeah.
Are cougars and mountain lions the same thing?
Yeah, they're
Hold
same
on.
thing. Yeah.
What's the difference between a cougar and a puma?
Our cougar and
Puma's
mountain
the same.
lions. Mountain lion,
Coffee
puma, cougar,
gives me
panther.
Headache.
This
I like
cat is known
tea.
by more names than just about any. No matter what you call it, it's still the same cat.
So it is what?
Mountain lion, puma, cougar, panther. They're all the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all the same thing.
Apparently.
Okay.
All the same genus.
Don't know why they're all called that, but apparently they're the same thing.
And none of them like coffee.
They don't?
No.
How do you know that?
Coffee gives me a headache.
I don't understand that.
I
reference.
like tea.
That's old people.
I'm like, I don't understand it. Can I
I think
Google
I
it?
just figured out who the old one
Oh.
was.
Wait, can you say that again?
Brian, you're turning red.
Wait, who's the old one?
I just like watching you do that voice. You just like,
God. There's a bug. Is it Bugs Bunny? Is it part of the Looney Tunes?
Pete Puma, yeah.
Pete Puma, yeah. And
I didn't know
they'd be
that.
arguing, and then he would like, how many lumps would you like? 1 or 2? And then is it Bugs Bunny hitting him? Who's hitting him?
I can't remember.
I feel like I've seen this,
And
but
then he,
like,
like,
I don't know.
Hits him with a hammer, and he's like, "We should offer him coffee," and he like hits him with the hammer 2 or 3 or 4 times, whatever. I like a lot of lumps, and it just bang, 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 bang. And then he's like, "Would you like coffee?" He's like, "I don't like coffee. Coffee give me a headache. I like tea." Oh. So
Who are you people?
Pete Puma.
No way!
So it is Bugs.
Well, you told me to. Well, I think I'll have to be going now.
Oh, no, you can't leave yet. You gotta have a nice cup of tea with me. How many lumps do you want?
2, 3, or 4.
Wait,
Hitting him with the hammer.
you put lumps in
So
tea?
what they would call
Like sugar.
sugar cubes.
Yeah.
Lumps.
Why would
So how many lumps would you like?
why would you put that in tea?
Sugar.
In tea?
Yeah. So I have that backwards.
I don't like tea. Tea gives me
Why
a
would you hit a mountain
headache.
lion with a hammer after offering him sugar?
He wanted to eat the rabbit. That's why.
I went walking on this trail one time, and apparently there were mountain lions sighted, and there was like a sign. I was in California, and there was a sign that was like, if you see mountain lions, like, apparently you have to like wave your arms.
And soil yourself.
You want to look
yes.
bigger. So after you've soiled yourself and really attracted them by the smell, they're like, "Ooh, hey, what's that?"
Then you want to look bigger.
You want to make yourself bigger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing.
Because like the sign legit said like wave your arms, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, because you look bigger.
Throw feces at him.
Yep. And then throw
I
your
thought that
poop
was
like a
like-
monkey.
I thought that was like monkeys.
Yeah, monkeys do
Monkeys
that,
like to throw their
Yeah.
poop.
Oh, it's just scary. Like, what if you ever saw one? Like, what if it chased after you? Like, what? Like, what if you died? Like, death by mountain lion.
I don't know.
It happens. It's happened.
That's
yeah.
scary.
So we were talking about dogs, and dogs having jobs. Because it's a pet show, animal talk.
Mhm.
Jaws,
A sometimes,
Mhm.
dogs
and
have
then sometimes
jaws?
it's just us.
Sometimes it's just the talk show.
A talk show.
Talk radio. Oh,
It's
God.
not a talk show.
It's
It's 3 people talking
Yeah.
in a shipping container. That's not a show.
That's
with
not
a
the
with a
show.
pad thai burrito and a beer. All right, so but sometimes we talk about pets, and there's one here. We were talking earlier about the dog barking at the door, and that's just kind of his gig. That's the dog's gig, right? So it's hard to train that, because not hard, but it takes a little bit of work. Here's another one about a golden retriever, and the person had a question because the retriever is doing animal kind of stuff. Dear Animal Talk. Okay, what's that? It's not in there.
I'll take 3 or 4.
There it is. Okay, so it's about this golden retriever, and we have a 15-month-old golden, and it's a great dog, but routinely digs holes in the mulch and in the flower bed and all throughout the yard. We can't catch him in the act because we work all day, and when we arrive home, we find frustrating results. how can we curb this behavior? Are Goldens traditional diggers? Or that
No, but any dog that you leave in the yard to their own devices, they're going to end up digging and destroying
Well,
stuff.
digging is a dog behavior in general, but Goldens aren't generally diggers.
No, they're not really known for that.
Right.
You know, but
right.
but the problem is, you know, they hit on something that they seem to know that
15-month-old.
You got to catch the dog in the act, because they say
Right.
we can never catch them. You cannot correct the dog after the fact.
You can't just sit them down and say, "Look,
Because
I
they
know
won't
it's a long. I know
understand.
it's a long day,
Right.
They're not going to understand what they did wrong.
but could you do me a favor? Just do Daddy a solid, and just kind of, if you could."
Yeah.
Yes, come on. I think you understand what I'm saying. It just wants a cookie. It's all the dog wants.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Let me ask you, Sam, how long do you think, okay, say a dog digs a hole.
Okay.
yeah.
How long after the fact do you think you have in order to correct the dog or punish the dog?
Do you
or-
know the answer to this?
I do know the answer.
I
What's
don't
the
know,
optimal-
Probably like
let me-
right then and there.
Let me ask you the optimal time.
5 minutes
5 minutes?
or less.
Okay. Now you said two things. You said right then and there, and then you're right. And then I said how much time? You said 5 minutes.
I don't know, like a time that's like not like an hour
It's like
after.
2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, right then and there. Yeah.
It has to be in the act, because it dramatically drops off after that point, where the dog will associate his action with your reaction.
Yeah.
So in other words, if the dog is digging away,
Uh huh.
and say you throw a bucket at him and it startles him, as he's digging, he'll associate that correction or that unpleasant thing with the digging. If he stops, looks at you, and a little bit of time passes, and then you correct him or you yell at him or you shake your finger at him, he's going to associate the correction with you, not the hole.
Yeah.
So you have to do it in the act. So the main thing is, there's really no good reason to leave a dog in the yard.
Oh God, I'm
Yes.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. You know, I just thought about something. My dogs are.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm
yeah.
laughing at something from days ago.
Yeah, it's like 6
Unlike
days
your
ago.
dog, she remembers more than
Yes,
5 minutes.
yes.
I'm laughing at a joke from earlier.
No, my dogs do a lot of things wrong. My dogs just broke a door the other day, and like I have a video of it, and they like went through it because my dogs, when we leave them home alone, one of them's very anxious and will start like chewing at things and like tearing up the house or like going to the bathroom somewhere or like everything. So now we have 2 dogs, and we kind of like put them in the basement, but we put them in the laundry room, and they've been chipping away at this wood door like for months. And finally yesterday or like 2 days ago, they broke through
They
the
got
door and they got out. So yeah, I don't know. It's just, and then they like my parents get mad at them and everything. They're probably listening too. Hi parents.
Hi.
But yeah, they get mad at them, and I don't know if it's
Yeah,
like,
they have to be kept in a safe
Yeah.
area where they can't get into trouble. Otherwise, chewing on the door becomes a habit, and every time you leave, they just start doing that. So you have to take it out of their behavior repertoire by putting them in a crate that's made for dogs.
we did that. One of them got out, like a literal crate made for dogs. I don't know how he got out, but he like squeezed his way through, and he
Do you have the only dog with thumbs?
yeah, he gets so anxious, like he's so crazy anxious. I mean, he started eating the dry wall once before. Like that's
Yeah.
insane to try to get out of somewhere.
Dogs can do an extraordinary amount of damage to a
Yeah.
house, and that's not unheard of. For a dog to actually chew from one room to another,
Yeah.
we had one.
right through the drywall. Yeah. So yeah, you got to keep them safe. And if it's a strong, powerful dog, and a dog crate won't do it, you may have to get creative and maybe zip tie the damn thing in there or something.
Oh man,
Yeah. So
I just feel bad for him because he's very like anxious and stuff. So I don't know what to do with him
Yeah.
anymore.
You might want to talk to your vet. There's some, even like Benadryl, a little bit of Benadryl. Talk to your vet about that. I'm not
Yeah.
a veterinarian, but they have pharmaceutical
Oh, okay.
answers for stress and anxiety. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I don't want to I don't know,
Yeah.
hurt him.
All right. So we talked about what you expect from a dog, right? And if you expect digging from a golden, and I had another one in here that related to that. And here's the question. Why is my breed acting against type? They told me that he would be mild and docile, but he totally isn't. What can I do? They don't tell us the breed of dog that they're dealing with. But what are some, like, you consider docile breeds, like lap dogs?
Yeah.
What are some?
Well, if you look at the AKC,
Jack Russells, right?
the AKC dog chart, the dogs are broken up into 7 different groups.
Yeah.
You have your sporting, non-sporting, and,
Sure.
And all dogs were bred for different reasons.
Sure.
So yeah, the lap dogs, some of them tend to be quieter. It's a really good dog for low energy is the sight hounds.
Yeah.
You like whippets and greyhounds and salukis.
Give them 5 minutes, they run their butts off, and then it's it.
Yeah,
Nap
then
the
they're
rest of the
done.
day.
They're done. They just want to snuggle up, and those dogs also have very little body fat, so they like to snuggle with you on the couch.
Oh.
Yeah, but as far as acting against type, those are all just guidelines.
Right.
It's like saying every Irish guy is going to be a drunk and abusive person.
Hang on.
Well,
I didn't hear you. I was drinking
wait a
my beer. What?
well, let's not use that one. But, no, but you can't. They're not hard and fast rules. So sometimes you'll get a Basset Hounds tend to be a little bit lower energy, but some of them are just nutcases. And same way with a dog like a boxer that's generally high energy. Some of them are just really docile and calm. So it's not a guarantee, but it's a good place to start, to try to match up the dog with your lifestyle. And the American Kennel Club, and really, if you're looking for a breed of dog, just a quick Google search will give you, some really good resources on what the dog is prone to, what kind of behaviors, what it was bred for, and that'll give you an indication as to what most of them are going to be like.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and if a dog is acting out of type, because this dog was it was supposed to be docile, but it's very, very active. What could they do to work with the dog, right? Because it's 15 months old, probably kind of attached to the critter at this point.
Yeah.
Is 15 still puppyville? Is that
for some dogs? For some dogs, yeah.
So they might grow out of it.
Yeah, maybe.
Still.
But you know what? You know what has a calming effect on dogs? Schedules and routines.
Oh, I thought you were going to say whiskey.
Well, that's again, we're getting back to the Irish. Jamie and I are both Irish, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not.
No.
What are you?
And the only redhead in the room, and you're not Irish.
What?
I don't think I'm redhead. I'm Sicilian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sicilian?
Yeah, like Italian.
Yeah.
It's the island off of.
Yeah,
Sicilian.
Yes.
Sicily. Yeah.
Sicily. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're Sicilian?
Yeah.
You don't look like a typical Italian. You're acting out of type.
That's
Well, what
it.
do they usually do?
I don't know. Maybe a little bit tougher than you. I don't know.
We'll try the shock collar, and we'll see.
What was your question, Jamie?
I'm so sorry.
I forget.
The dementias.
Out of type. Out of type.
Dementia.
And so this dog is supposed to be docile.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
Schedules-
acting up schedules.
Schedules and routines. That has
Yeah.
a calming effect on a dog because you can cycle their energy that
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
So if you take a dog for a walk every day at 6 o'clock in the evening, they tend to calm down at other times. But if he's on that schedule and you don't take him for a 6 o'clock walk, he's
Yeah.
probably going to be bouncing off the walls. So
Yeah.
you feed him at the same times every day. Take him for a walk at the same times. Play with him, same type of game. So people who are consistent, oddly enough, Jamie,
Right.
tend to have really well-mannered dogs.
Well, that's the thing with, we've had him on the show a bunch of times, I think 4 times, Caesar Milan.
Ah,
Oh yeah.
And he's all about, I can train any dog and I can get any dog to do what I want. And he's like, well, it's on TV, so they edit it down.
Yeah.
He's always successful. But I'm sure he has a pretty high success rate. But his deal is he beats him like his wife. No.
Wait, what?
No.
Wait.
Allegedly.
Wait.
No. Okay, maybe he won't be on it for a 5th time, but
Caesar Milan. When
I
did you
didn't
stop
wanna
beating
say
your
it-
wife?
I didn't want to say it on
allegedly.
the microphone.
The lawyers will be calling soon. But no, he runs them. His Caesar's deal is no, he's awesome. It's just he did have some marital issues, but sorry.
Watch him listen to
But,
this. What if he listens to us?
Yeah, nobody listens to this, Sam. Are you kidding? So
What if he listens to this?
wake up and look at the numbers. It's
I don't know
it's
the
your
numbers.
mom.
You never told
It's your mom and your uncle, and that's it. That is it.
You don't
your
know
mom,
that.
your uncle, your boyfriend, and Brian's fiance, Lauren.
Yeah.
That's it. And her 2 boys watching
We don't
over
love
the
those
shoulder.
people.
I love those people.
Unconditionally?
Absolutely.
And Lauren and the boys, they listen for one reason, so they could make fun of me when I get home. That's the only reason why they listen.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah. And they're like, "Welcome back to Animal Talk."
We don't even say welcome back.
I know, but they say that to me.
Animal chat.
We had them out. That was fun when we did the
Yeah.
live one at
the bar.
Pat O'Brien's,
Yeah.
and they were there. Or no, it was
Rosie
Pat
O'Grady's.
Rosie O'Grady's. Pat O'Brien's. Yeah. I don't know, something with a beer. But Cesar Milan, and you're talking about dogs acting out of character. You hoped it was a docile dog, but you have a docile breed and it's very active. Caesar runs them, right? And that's his deal. And it's like kids, you know?
Yeah.
Run them. Oh, my kids, he won't go to bed. It's like, well, he sat in a chair and played video games all day.
Right.
And it's time to go to bed, and he's all wound up from playing Fortnite for 4 hours.
Oh, my God. Do you know what
sitting in a
Fortnite
chair.
is?
Who doesn't?
Yeah, apparently. Okay, maybe we now we know who the younger one is.
You said something that was oldish earlier, so I don't know.
Yeah, I know. We
Oldish.
just trying to balance it out. But
Irish or oldish?
to balance it out, run them, right? You got to get them some exercise. So when it's time to be a snuggle puppy and time to be a lap dog or docile, so you got to give them that outlet.
Yeah. Think of your dog as like a second grader. Right?
Yes.
I mean, there's
My
a reason.
brother's in 2nd grade.
Really? There's a reason
I
why.
like turtles.
There's a reason why they have recess in elementary school as opposed to high school, and it's because kids need to get that energy out. They need it, and if you tried to keep a second grader in a chair.
Oh yeah.
For 6 hours.
Oh my God.
You'd be in big trouble because it's just they have to get it out of their system. Same way as dogs. So for dogs that is, and so it's a good idea. Run them a little bit, but make it consistent. Do it every day.
I wish they had recess in high school.
So I almost
you would
it's called Mr. Flanagan's class.
You wouldn't go play on the slide. You know what you would do? You'd go sit somewhere and
I'd go sit in Mr. Flanagan's room.
Yeah.
That's where I used to eat lunch too.
2 years without a private lunch.
Hey, what's up, man?
Do you mind if I eat lunch in here?
Did you at least bring them lunch?
Soup once.
Yeah, and it
In a
wasn't even
shoe.
during
In a
lunch.
shoe.
No, I don't think so. I don't remember. We ate Jimmy John's once or twice. I don't
Or
remember.
we've ordered out, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we're
But
cool.
run them, wear them out.
Yeah.
If you got a breed that needs and a puppy, it's still 15 months. That's still pretty young. It's probably still got a lot of energy. So they have like little doggy treadmills. I mean, you don't necessarily have to be running or biking them. Yeah, there's ways around it. Get a dog walker, something.
Absolutely.
I'll walk your dog if anybody needs a dog walker.
That's it.
You just have to pay me.
That's it.
I can't do it for free. Sorry. Yay!
You won't be saying yay soon.
Why is it bad?
Yeah, it's
Like
time
bad,
for
like not funny or bad, like
animal joke
bad.
of the week. I'm not sure yet. All right, I'm not absolutely sure. So hey Sam.
Oh God, what?
So why did the cougar cross the road?
I can see where this is already going. I don't know, to get to the other side.
To prove to the possum that it could be done. I don't even know what that
That
means.
doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. That's
Why did you do that one? You have to do a good one now.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying. Where is it? Okay, here it is. What's a cougar's favorite food?
Young man? I don't know.
Baked beings.
Oh my God.
Like human beings, but baked beings. Food.
Wait,
Favorite
cougars
Cougars people. They
Cougars
eat.
eat people?
Yeah.
That wasn't funny. Let's get that wasn't funny.
All right, let's go to the board.
Hippo 1 says, "You look like you're gaining weight." Hippo 2 says, "That's very hypocritical of you."
These are
all right,
stinking.
one last one.
One
last
more,
one.
please.
Sam, why do cougars always eat raw meat?
I don't know.
Because they don't know how to cook.
Why are these about cougars and cooking and eating?
Well, I did the Poomer Mountain Lion.
Yeah, I
cougar
know. I get that. I
I'm trying to do a throwback.
Why is a bee's hair always sticky?
Honey. Oh, God.
Oh, Sam, that's
close.
gross.
No, not that. I was
What? Because it uses a honeycomb.
Oh, see?
Okay, see? It
We're
wasn't
all
what I
down
was
a
thinking.
bad path there. All right, that's going to do it. If you stuck around this long, then like, subscribe, comment, please. We should say that at the top.
Yeah.
Just so when they leave us
Before-
after 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, subscribe, comment. It helps. It really does. So we appreciate any feedback. Jamie at animaltalkradio.com is the email. You can send pictures of your pet. Anything you want.
Anything you want. You can send him anything you want.
No, but yeah, so photos of your pet. I was going to go a little raunchy, but then I figured, maybe not.
Anything.
So yeah, but animaltalkradio.com is the website, and then the socials are all Animal Talk Radio. Instagram. Sam, you're doing stuff on Instagram now, right?
Yes, we
And
are
then
now
Twitter
live up on Instagram,
and the
I'm using it.
Facebook.
Yes.
So hit us up on any of those three, and we retweet stuff. Sam and I find fun stuff on Facebook and retweet it throughout the week, and videos are on Facebook. Sam, thanks for doing that, and so there you go. This was like episode. Where are we?
We have to do 100 soon.
We're closing in. We're about 90. I think we're at about 94, 95
like
on
Really?
the Animal Talk feed, and about I think it's like 40 on the Podcast Detroit feed.
Is this the first episode that circumcision has been a
I
topic?
think this is our first
Yeah.
circumcision
That's nice.
episode.
Wow, that's
good
what
milestone.
we should call
Good
it.
So that
milestone.
the first circumcision episode. That'll get some clicks.
Whoa, I'll say this after we get off. Okay, never mind.
If you know what I mean.
All right, that'll do it. Hey, Sam, have an exotic week.
And kiss your wild thing for me. Okay, so... God, guys. Okay, so do I just hit stop and stop?
Stop recording.